Namekulaku salono. Chip in the building. TD and Africa Media, they say, so now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not an option. During this election, we don't want to die by division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for see, all we want for see, vote without violence.
Amen. Amen. The National Elections Watch is about to release the result of its verification on the partial results announced yesterday by Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. Over to you, Reverend James Lahai, who is the coordinator of the National Elections Watch, to present our verification report.
Process and results verification for transparency update. PRVT. Partial election results released by ECSL. Based on the information issued by ECSL yesterday afternoon regarding partial election results from 60% of polling stations across the country, and using the disaggregated data by district, National Election Watch is able to confirm that so far the portion of results announced by the Electoral Commission match National Elections Watch PRVT when taking into account an equal portion of the PRVT results. We wish to thank the Commission for providing data disaggregated by districts, which increase transparency of the process and can build confidence for the remaining process. The results announced by ECSL are based on 60% of polling stations in each district, but do not represent 60% of the total votes cast in each district because polling stations vary in size. For example, in Kailan, the valid votes cast in the 60% of polling stations announced represent 80% of the registered voters in the district. In Bombali, the valid votes cast in the 60% of polling stations announced represent 71% of registered voters in the district. In Port Locust, the valid votes cast in 60% of polling stations announced represent 66% of registered voters in the district. In Bond, the valid votes cast in the 60% of polling stations announced represent 71% of registered voters in the district. And in Western Area Urban, the valid votes cast in the 60% of polling stations announced represent 44% of registered voters in the district. However, new affirms that all ballots have not yet been counted. Based on our PRVT findings and the ECSL data announced thus far, we are confident that once all votes are counted with integrity, voter turnout will be 77.3% plus or minus 1.7%, between 75.4% and 79%, and no candidate will reach the constitutional threshold of 55% of votes cast in the first round. News PRVT data, which is the basis for this projection, will be made available to the public subsequently. For the 2023 elections, NEW trained and deployed 6,000 observers across the country, covering every polling center. Of these observers, 750 were specially trained and deployed to a statistically representative sample of polling stations across all the 5 regions and 16 districts in Sierra Leone, using the Process and Results Verification for Transparency PRVT methodology. The PRVT allowed NEW to assess the quality of election day processes and independently verify the official election results announced by the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, ECSL. NEW's 2023 PRVT successfully consolidated findings that are representative of all polling stations at a national scale.
Thank you very much. And the National Elections Watch will continue to engage the public as we move on. Thank you.
And they say, all we want for see, all we want for see.